Greetings, creatures of the night, and welcome to another darkly inclined episode of Does It Goth. As always, we are your hosts, Tim and Will, and in today's episode, we are going to use our 10 gothically curated questions to evaluate whether someone or something is or is not goth. For every answer that leans yes, we will award 1 out of 10 possible points. The more points, the more goth, and the scale is as follows.
0 to 2 points is a dabbler, 3 to 5 points is dark, 6 to 8 points is gothic, 9 points is goth, and all 10 points is a creature of the night. Let's reveal today's potentially gothic subject, and it is none other than Sting!
So, Steve Borden is an American retired professional wrestler. Borden wore face paint throughout his career and in 1996 changed from the multicolored paint of his surfer persona to the monochromatic paint of the Crow gimmick. Borden held 26 total champions throughout his career, including 22 between WCW, TNA, and AEW. So, we go ahead and starting this off the right
Ask
way.
our first question here. Does Sting wear mostly black clothes?
Well, that is very, very apparent. Sting does wear mostly black clothes because, as you can see in any photo that we can find, any video that you can find on YouTube, I mean, this guy is always in black. Whether that's a black t-shirt, black gloves, literally like black leather, a black leather coat. Mm-hmm. He's the Crow. He's trying to be Brandon Lee,
Yep, fairly straightforward answer here for pretty much the back, let's see, 25-ish years of his career. His outfit has been some form of black and white attire.
Right. So let's go ahead and, he gets a point
for that one.
Right. There's obvious point. Question number 2. Does Sting have a variety of gothic fabrics that he wears?
Well, as you mentioned, he does mainly wear that black coat, leather coat on his entrances. So right. I think that's definitely a check mark in that category as well.
Right. He's got the leather down. I don't think I've ever seen Sting in like a velvet or a satin, you know what I mean? But like,
no,
he mixes.
It's usually the black leather coat and just a t-shirt.
Right. For the most part. And the fact that he wears that, he rocks it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's rocking that goth. So what's number 3?
Number 3, does he have any black or alt-colored hair?
Well,
yes, as a matter of fact, he does. He dyes his hair jet black, as we said, to match his character persona of the Crow.
Let me ask you a question. Does he have jet black hair? Because in a lot of these photos, like that I can find of him,
it's a factor, let's say.
Yeah, because they're. Yeah, I see that he's had black hair before. He's rocked the jet black.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, now that he's retired, he's gone completely gray. So right. I think it's safe to say he has, for a while now, been dyeing his hair at least a dark brown. Like
right.
During his WCW time in like the 2000s, it was probably more jet black. But as he's gotten older, it was more kind of a dark brown, as you can see in some of these pictures. It's
right.
A little more relaxed.
He rocks it well, and I've seen other photos of him like with the gray hair, and I think the gray hair is pretty gothic as well when you think about it.
He pulls it off well.
Yeah. So number 4, does Sting have goth or alt hairstyles?
I'm gonna say no to this one because it is just kind of like long hair.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Generally,
it is. Yeah, it is just the Crow, But the Crow is goth. But he kind of slicks his back in a way that seems more like a gangster than anything else.
But kind of more almost mob boss than...
Right, exactly. Actually, 100%. The way he slicks it back, it definitely looks more mob boss. Yeah. Yeah, so, I guess...
You can see there in that picture in the middle, his face paint was a little more directly reminiscent of the Crow. But something tells me that whatever company owns the Crow, would that be Marvel, or is that...
No, it's a different...
Not DC, or...
No. Oh, man. It's the one who does those other comics, like there's Marvel, DC, and then the other comics.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
See, something tells me that that company,
desist.
called WCW, said, "Hey, cut that shit out."
Right, like, hey.
So as you can see here, like in this picture, he changed it up a bit, kind of made it more like, streaking down his face, almost made it look.
Right, he made it different.
Yeah,
from
legally distinct, I believe, is the correct word.
Yeah, I think that would be right.
So moving on to question number 5, does Sting have any gothic tattoos?
Does he?
No, as a matter of fact, I do not believe he has any tattoos.
Really? Yeah, I can't find one thing of him with a tattoo.
I mean, I'm sure if you Google search him, Sting tattoos, you'll find pictures of, the face paint or the scorpion,
Right.
which was his symbol for, almost his entire career. But actual tattoos on him, I don't think there are any.
I don't think so. So that's a no. He definitely doesn't get that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and number 6 is, does Sting rock some gothic accessories? Does he have any piercings? Does he, rock the silver or the rings or anything?
No.
But no, he doesn't.
I don't think so. I mean, again,
the
one, if you want to be generous about this one, you could say he wears the gloves.
Right.
But like that you're overlooking so many other accessories to just get that one. I'm gonna say no to that one.
Right, because I have to say no as well, and it's no fault of Sting. He's in a ring. He's being very physical with other people, and wearing accessories might harm him or somebody else. You know what I mean? So that makes a lot of sense that he wouldn't be wearing a lot of accessories.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, you could wear them for the entrance and then take them off for the match. Like for example, Undertaker doesn't wrestle in his coat and hat; he takes them off before the match.
Good point.
To your point, no, he does not wrestle in any type of like accessories or anything like that.
Right.
On to question number 7: does Sting wear Gothic makeup style? Let me think.
I don't know. I gotta really think about this.
As we scroll through these multiple pictures here of him spending, like we said, probably almost 30 years wearing this face paint.
Right. Of course he does. White face paint, black lipstick, black eyes. Yes. Sting is absolutely wearing some Gothic makeup. I would give him that point.
Absolutely.
And now with question number 8, does Sting have a fascination with dark objects and or death?
Now,
hard to
this
say.
One might be a little tricky.
Right. Because you can get the appearance.
I mean, obviously the fascination with the crow is a thing on itself.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? That is... It's a fine line between yes and no because 1, no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2, clear inspiration. You know Sting better than I do. I'm going to leave you to give him this point or not.
I'm going to say no to this one because I have a better answer for our next question, which we'll get to in a second. So, yeah, I'm going to say... while he does take inspiration from a Gothic icon of the crow, he himself does not have a fascination with dark objects or death.
Yeah. Okay. I can definitely get that, and I can see that. Just based on the fact that he's just a wrestler, Okay.
Moving on to question number 9: does Sting seem immortal or inhuman? Now. I have an opinion on this. And of course, during this, I'll actually show footage of this happening where Sting is known for taking an incredible amount of punishment in the ring and just shaking it off.
Right.
Just like you hit him with whatever your big finisher is, hit him with a weapon, hit him with a guitar, and he'll just laugh it off in your face. Now, maybe not undying, but that definitely seems otherworldly to get hit by something and just laugh in your face.
And you know what? It comes to bear that we are talking about Sting right now. We're not talking about Steve, you know what I mean?
Right, of course. This is the character.
Right, and if we're talking about Sting, Sting seems very much so otherworldly. You know, like someone I would compare to that is like Undertaker, you know what I mean? Like the actual guy, obviously he's getting old, obviously he can die, but like the Undertaker can't die.
The character will live forever.
Right. The character keeps coming back. So yeah, I could give him this point.
Yeah.
And finally, question number 10, and I would say most important question of all questions,
of course,
is, does Sting listen to or become influenced by the goth music and subculture scene?
Again, this is the one we want to ask of how he takes inspiration from the movie The Crow, but maybe not necessarily the music.
Right, the music or the comic, or, you know, he definitely saw the movie. Let's put it that way. You know, and it was perfect timing for when he came out. But my question is like,
that's not music, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's subculture.
Right.
It's a huge piece of media, you know? And it's like, this man based his entire career off of it. Well,
technically, to just give a glimpse back into history, it was another wrestler by the name of Scott Hall who actually gave him the inspiration for this character.
Really?
Yes, because he was, if you see, you know, kind of in the middle there, he had that surfer, blonde hair, very colorful persona going into the early 90s. And then in 1996, Scott Hall talked to him backstage one time and said, hey, you know, that, you know, colorful stuff is good with the kids, but that's, you know, that's not going to get you with a more mature audience that we're going for.
Right.
Why don't you try, have you ever seen the movie The Crow? And I guess that was around the time that movie came out. And that obviously had a big influence because he spent, that was 96.
the next 20
2006,
years?
2016, almost to 2026 because he retired last year. He spent the next almost 25 years dressing like that. So I'd say that definitely had a big influence on him. So what's our final verdict on the gothic influence here going to be for this question?
I give it to him. I'm going to give.
You're going to give it to him?
Yes, because like basing a quarter century of your life, like a quarter century, and that is your life. You know what I mean? On this huge gothically impacted movie. You know what I mean? Based on a gothic comic book. Yes, I would give him a point. Yeah.
Okay. Then by that metric, that gives him 6 points, which means he is gothic.
There you go, Sting. Let's go. You know, like getting influenced by the culture, wearing the clothes, wearing the makeup. You go, man, Steve. You go, Steve. So I always bear to ask you this question, Will, and I ask you every time. Does Sting goth?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we said, after 25 years of being influenced by this character and bringing that iconography to a whole nother audience in the wrestling world, I would definitely say Sting does goth.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, you heard it there. Sting goth. We hope that you enjoyed the video, and we humbly ask that you hit the like button, you share this video, and subscribe to the channel. It may not be a big deal to you, but it is a huge deal to us, and we really appreciate everyone who helps out.
And be sure to follow us on all social media. Tell us who you'd like to see in a future episode, and let us know what you thought about this episode in the comment section below. All links will be provided in the description. So until the next video, stay gothic, YouTube.